Dear students, welcome to you all. Today I am going to discuss about integrals. The development of integral calculus arises out of the efforts of solving the problems of the following types. First, the problem of finding a function whenever its derivative is given. Second, the problem of finding the area bounded by the graph of a function under certain conditions. These two problems lead to the two forms of the integrals. For instance, indefinite integral and definite integral, which together constitute the integral calculus. In this chapter, we shall confine ourselves to the study of indefinite and definite integrals and their elementary properties, including some techniques of integration. First, we discuss about indefinite integrals. First, we define integration. Integration is the inverse process of differentiation. If the derivative of gx is fx, then we say that the antiderivative or integral of fx is gx, and we write integral of fx dx equal to gx. Thus, d by dx of gx equal to fx implies that integral of fx dx equal to gx. For example, d by dx of x cube equal to 3x square. So, by the definition, integral of 3x square dx equal to x cube. Also, for any constant c, we have d by dx of x cube plus c equal to 3x square plus c. Here d by dx of constant will be 0 and this is equal to 3x square. So, integral of 3x square dx equal to, according to definition, this will be x cube plus c. So, x cube plus c is an integral of 3x square for any constant c. Here c is a constant. Thus, there will be infinitely many integrals of the function 3x square because we shall get an integral for each value of c. Thus, a given function may have an infinite number of integrals. Because of this property, we call these integrals indefinite integrals. Thus, d by dx of gx equal to fx implies that integral of fx dx equal to gx plus c. The function fx is the integrand. Here, function fx is the integrand. The function gx is called a particular integral of fx with respect to x. The function gx plus c is called the indefinite integral of fx with respect to x, and the constant c is called the constant of integration. Now we discuss about fundamental integration formulae. On the basis of differentiation and definition of integration, we have the following results which we can learn easily, like as integral of x to power n dx equal to x to power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Integral of 1 by x dx equal to log of mod x plus c. Integral of a to the power x dx is equal to a to the power x by log a plus c, and integral of e to the power x dx equal to e to the power x plus c. Dear students, besides these results, some more results are also given in NCERT book. With the help of the above formulae, it is easy to evaluate the integrals. Some standard results on integration. Theorem 1. If fx be an integrable function of x, then prove that d by dx of integral of fx dx equal to fx. Proof: let integral of fx dx equal to gx plus c, here taken as 1. Therefore, by definition, d by dx of gx equal to fx, this is taken as 2. Here by the definition. Now, d by dx of integral of fx dx equal to d by dx of gx plus c using 1. Here integral of fx dx equal to gx plus c, and this is equal to d by dx of gx plus d by dx of c, already we know, and this is equal to fx plus c. Here derivative of constant is 0, and here d by dx of gx is fx, here from 2, d by dx of gx is equal to fx. So this is equal to fx plus 0, and this is equal to fx. So d by dx of integral of fx dx equal to fx. Here is a remark: the above result shows that integration and differentiation are inverse process and they neutralize the effect of each other. Theorem 2. If fx be any integrable function of x, then for any constant a, prove that integral of a fx dx equal to a into integral of fx dx. Proof: d by dx of a into integral of fx dx equal to a into d by dx of integral of fx dx, already we know, and this is equal to a into fx from the theorem 1. Here d by dx of integral of fx dx is equal to fx. So from the result of theorem 1, we can write a into fx. By definition, integral of a fx dx equal to a into integral of fx dx. Here integration is the inverse process of differentiation. So using this definition, here we can write integral of a into fx dx equal to a into integral of fx dx. Theorem 3. If fx and gx be any two integrable functions of x, then prove that integral of fx plus minus gx whole this dx equal to integral of fx dx plus minus integral of gx dx. Proof: d by dx of integral of fx dx plus minus integral of gx dx can be written as d by dx of integral of fx dx plus minus d by dx of integral of gx dx, and this is equal to fx plus minus gx from the result of theorem 1. From this result we can write here. So by the definition, integral of fx plus minus gx dx equal to integral of fx dx plus minus integral of gx dx. Here is a remark: the above result can also be extended as follows: integral of f1x plus minus f2x plus minus and so on plus minus fnx dx whole of this dx equal to integral of f1x dx plus minus integral of f2x dx plus minus and so on plus minus integral of fnx dx. Now we discuss about the solution of the questions of exercise 7.1 from NCERT. Find the following integrals. Integral of sec x into sec x plus tan x dx. This is question number 18, and here question number 20. Integral of 2 minus 3 sin x by cos square x dx. Here we have given this integral of sec x into sec x plus tan x dx, and here we multiply sec x, we get integral of sec square x plus sec x tan x dx, and using the theorem 2, result of theorem 2 which we have discussed above, we can write integral of sec square x dx plus integral of sec x tan x dx, and already we know integral of sec square x dx equal to tan x, and integral of sec x tan x dx is sec x. So we get tan x plus sec x plus c, where c is constant. Question number 20 here. Here we have given this, and we can write this integral of 2 by cos square x minus 3 sin x by cos square x whole dx, and we can write here integral of 2 by cos square x dx minus integral of 3 sin x by cos square x dx using the result of theorem 2, and this is equal to integral of 2 sec square x dx minus integral of 3 sec x tan x dx. Here 1 by cos square x, that is sec square x, and here sin by cos into 1 by cos. Sin by cos we get tan x, and 1 by cos we get sec x. So this is equal to 2 into integral of sec square x dx minus 3 into integral of sec x tan x dx. Here 2 and 3 both are constants, and this is equal to 2 tan x minus 3 sec x plus c. Already we know integral of sec square x dx is tan x, and integral of sec x tan x is sec x. So we have 2 tan x minus 3 sec x plus c. Dear students, here we can write integral of sec square x dx plus integral of sec x tan x dx by the result of theorem 3, not theorem 2. Here this is also integral of 2 by cos square x dx minus integral of 3 sin x by cos square x dx. We can write this using the result of theorem 3, not 2. Now we will discuss integration by substitution. The method of evaluating an integral by reducting it to standard form by a substitution is called integration by substitution. If we have to evaluate an integral of the type integral of f phi x into phi dash x dx, then we put phi x equal to t and phi dash x dx equal to dt. With this substitution, the integrand becomes easily integrable. Case 1, when the integrand is of the form f of ax plus b, we put ax plus b equal to t and corresponding dx equal to 1 by a dt. Case 2, when the integrand is of the form x to power n minus 1 into f x to power n. In this case, we put x to power n equal to t and corresponding x to power n minus 1 dx equal to dt. Case 3, when the integrand is of the form f of x to power n into f dash x, we put fx equal to t and f dash x dx equal to dt. Case 4, when the integrand is of the form f dash x by fx. In this case, we put fx equal to t and f dash x dx equal to dt. Now we discuss some important integrals involving trigonometric functions and their integrals using substitution technique. These will be used later without reference. First, integral of tan x dx. Here we use substitution method. We can write integral of sin x by cos x dx, and here we put cos x equal to t. We get sin x dx equal to minus t, which is implied that integral of tan x dx equal to minus integral of dt by t. Here sin x dx minus dt and cos x t. So minus integral of dt by t, and this is equal to minus log of mod t plus c. Already we know, equal to minus log of mod cos x plus c, and this can also be written as integral of tan x dx equal to log mod of sec x plus c. Dear students, similarly we can find the integral of remaining trigonometric functions like as integral of cot x dx equal to log mod of sin x plus c, integral of sec x dx equal to log of mod of sec x plus tan x plus c, and integral of cosec x dx equal to log of mod of cosec x minus cot x plus c, where c is a constant. Now we will discuss about the solution of exercise 7.2 from NCERT. Integrate the following functions. Question number 20. This is very important. E to power 2x minus e to power minus 2x by e to power 2x plus e to power minus 2x. And question number 33. 1 by 1 minus 10x. First we discuss about question number 20. We have given here integrate the following functions. So here we have integral of e to power 2x minus e to power minus 2x by e to power 2x plus e to power minus 2x dx. Here we put substitution method. E to power 2x plus e to power minus 2x is equal to t here denominator. So if we differentiate here this with respect to t, here we get 2 e to power here we differentiate this e to power 2x plus e to power minus 2x is equal to t here with respect to x. So we get 2 e to power 2x minus 2 e to power minus 2x dx equal to dt. Here we take 2 as a common, so we get e to power 2x minus e to power minus 2x dx equal to 1 by 2 dt. Therefore, integral of e to power 2x minus e to power minus 2x by e to power 2x plus e to power minus 2x dx equal to 1 by 2 dt by t here, and here this is equal to 1 by 2 log t plus c. Putting the value of t here, we get 1 by 2 log of mod of e to power 2x plus e to power minus 2x plus c. Here this is also a very important question. We have integral of 1 by 1 minus 10x dx, and we can write in this way, and here taking LCM we get this integral of cos x by cos x minus sin x dx. Here we multiply by 2 and divide by 2. Here we get 1 by 2 integral of 2 cos x by cos x minus sin x dx. And here for 2 cos x we can write in this way, cos x minus sin x plus cos x plus sin x. Here minus sin x plus sin x will be cancelled. Cos x, 2 cos x. So we can write in this way. And we separate here numerator 1 by 2 integral of cos x minus sin x by cos x minus sin x dx plus integral of cos x plus sin x by cos x minus sin x dx. This is equal to 1 by 2. Here this will be cancelled. We get 1 integral of 1 dx plus cos x integral of cos x plus sin x by cos x minus sin x dx. Dear students, here we can write in this way using the result of theorem 3. We can write in this way, and here we put cos x minus sin x is equal to t, and if we differentiate with respect to x we get minus sin x minus cos x dx is equal to dt. And this is implies that sin x plus cos x dx is equal to minus dt. Therefore, we have this here 1 by 2 integral of dx minus 1 by 2 integral of dt by t. This is equal to x by 2 minus 1 by 2 log of mod t plus c, and finally we get x by 2 minus 1 by 2 log of mod of cos x minus sin x plus c. Here we put the value of t from this here. So this is our answer. Dear students, assignment is given. Solve remaining questions of exercise 7.1 and 7.2 from NCERT. Thank you.